That's going to be epic. um, I would not say we are kind of like super preparing in a way, because right now we are in a place where we looking into different players and players looking into us. Like we still didn't roster walk kind of for the team. So the tournaments that we are playing, we're trying to also like find our way, and also we are trying hard and practicing, that's for sure. Like but I would not say we are super prepared, because we always changing players lately, like trying out things. So yeah, I hope of course I hope for good results. We kind of have some things that were working for us before, but we are still using. So we just trying to bring more on top of it. What properties? Well, I guess anything that can fit us. But as I said before, like players also looking, they testing us also in a way, like how things work for them. So yeah, idea is to get as strong players as we can, that we're gonna find a good synergy with, and we're gonna find a good connection. I think it's important for player not only be good in the game, but also to be good in other aspects, team aspects like communication, friendship, some mental things. How, like for example, for carry, it's important to be able to lead the game in a way, because mostly it's the strongest heroes, the strongest hero in your lineup usually, or like with biggest farm in most cases, especially nowadays Dota. And yeah, so as we're talking about carry, yeah, so that's kind of it. Honestly, not really. Like, I don't think we have some specific team we want to beat. Really, the idea is just simply to give our best at every game, try to win every match. We preparing for every match. We're working hard. Even though we are not completed roster, we're still working really hard and every day. And yeah, like that's main idea is to um, give our best at this tournament. Kinda like we're gonna fight for every map. Obviously it can go right, it can go left, like like sometimes we playing decent, sometimes we doing some silly mistakes still, like sometimes we have good drafts, sometimes we can have sloppy drafts that can affect the game very much. So we kind of still searching, but it's connected to testing players also. So yeah, it's complicated. Dota need much more time to become better. Yeah. While we are speaking, it's 20th. I don't know like when this interview gonna be out. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that, but it's gonna be a patch today, so a lot of things gonna change probably, but maybe not much. Like basically, it's a small patch. It's not big, so I guess economically and the map wise, everything gonna stay the same. And currently, if you look at how game works, I think you can play in many different ways. This is Dota, and there is a lot of ways that can be right. It's just it should be like complementing your team and your players. Some teams they have active mid laners, some teams they have active off laners, some teams have active carries, and yeah, it all depends on players and what they need. So, for example, in our team, Stonebank is he was a carry player before, so it's much more convenient for him to play more farm oriented on offlane. Even though he's doing a better job, even being active nowadays, like he's actually growing and learning extremely fast and working hard too. And we played TI qualifiers with Vitun, who is hard carry. So we had like two greedy kind of players on side. So I was playing more of a role of active mid laner in a way, like creating space and stuff. Yes, but as I said, like because we are testing player now, right, on carry, so we don't know what to expect, and we are trying to adapt and it might affect my heroes, it might affect his heroes, and we see how it clicks together. But so far it looks like playing more tempo from mid lane makes much more sense, because you can be pretty active from like minute 6 to minute 12, and it can be very effective because you have high levels, and we have also a lot of good heroes in meta on mid who are able to do that without much help, and with just levels they are extremely effective, like Primal, Pango, Earth Spirit, maybe Kunkka. All those heroes are pretty excellent in doing this, but when patch will come out, a lot of things might change, and those heroes might be not that effective already, and then maybe we will see more usual mid heroes who require some help, or who requires to play around them, and they are more like greedy or whatever. So I think it's yeah, right now I like how the game looks. I enjoy to play it a lot since the big patch with a big map, and I hope for some good changes in future too. Overall, I feel like I have insanely big hero pool, but it's still some small changes coming to the heroes, so you need to spam them all over again, and you have a better feeling of the game and in the game when you play a hero you practice. So I'm trying to practice the most heroes that the most used in the patch, the most meta heroes, so we have them and we don't have problems on draft. At the same time, sometimes I just want to play something that I like or love, or what I see is strong, or just something for enjoyment. For example, some Witch Doctor mid or Page mid. This is more unusual heroes, but I like them a lot sometimes to play. I didn't play Page for a long time, but yeah, this is just something. And slowly I'm adding hero by hero if I need something to be added. Like for example, I added Kunkka, even though I played Kunkka a lot before, but in these patches I didn't play it much. So I spawned it and I added it, and same goes for like other heroes. Like I'm slowly adding up one by one heroes that we need as a team. That's my thought process right now, at least. I think both. Depends how much you're playing. If you're playing a lot of Dota, like really a lot of Dota, it can get to your head and you can get tilted pretty easy, and you can get more emotional. But if you kind of know what you're playing for, like matchmaking for pro players is mostly a place to just, you know, like to get better mechanically, to test some heroes, to improve on something. Like it's not end of the world kind of thing. So when you're like treating it in a more smart way, like you're probably not gonna lose your mind by losing the games, because you know what you're practicing for. Because in the end there is a competitive Dota, there is a team, and there is much more interesting and fun stuff inside of it where you can get yeah, cool feelings out of. I would not say so. I don't think that's true. I feel like players are all players are similar in that about tilt. Like it's just that players who play competitively, they are maybe less tilting because they have the competitive Dota, right? They can play there, they can get this joy of playing the competitive Dota. They spend time with team. It's much less stressful. People actually playing real Dota, not like in matchmaking, like more of a team game. And if you're not playing competitive, you only experience matchmaking, and matchmaking is a special place. So I would not say that yeah, there is some difference in how you tilting or not. It's just about how much you play, in my head. Like if you're playing 2, 3, 5 games per day, you're probably not gonna tilt that much, because also it's important how you treat those games. If you make breaks after 2 losses in a row or something like this, it's gonna be much more healthy for you. And or let's say you feel you're already tilted, you don't start the next game. But if you're playing like 10, 12 games per day, this means you don't have much breaks, and if you're losing a lot, you can get tilted. Nothing gonna save you. If you're a pro player or not pro player, it doesn't matter. You're gonna go crazy. Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Like sometimes you can get tilted, get into the lose streak, and you might not even realize you're tilted while you keep going on the lose streak. Sometimes it's not so easy to realize that you're tilted, but yeah. That's why the rule of making breaks between 2 or 3, like you get 2 free loses in a row, you make a break, that's a very good rule. Because you not always realize your mental state is bad. Yeah, I would say it's mostly connected for this game. Like I'm the competitor person, like kinda. I really like competition and I really like team games. And I think Dota combine both things in it. And yeah, I just enjoy it. I enjoy spending time with team. I enjoy growing with a team. I enjoy playing competitive Dota with a team and achieving some results as a team. This is things that I enjoy a lot, and I feel like amount of time you spend in the game should not be a problem in terms of like how long you play, right? Because if you look at some other, I would compare it maybe with chess even further. It's not a team game, it's a solo game, but it's kind of same logic. People enjoy playing chess. Doesn't matter if you are like playing it for 10-15 years. There is like players who play it at a very different age, right? So I feel yeah, like it's good that I'm happy that I'm able to do something that I'm enjoying in life, and that I'm able to do it, because not everyone has this opportunity, I feel like.